Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here today. My name is Edison Tokik, and I'm the Chief Deputy for the Harris County Sheriff's Office. And I'll be speaking on behalf of Sheriff Ed Gonzalez today. We're here today to announce a major development in the investigation into the February murder of Glenser Soliman. The Harris County Sheriff's Office homicide investigators have filed a capital murder charge against the suspect who has been in jail on a related charge since April. We're also here to ask the public's help in trying to find a second person of interest in this homicide and possibly a second homicide. I want to commend our homicide division for their tireless work and for bringing justice to these cases. I'd also like to thank the Harris County District Attorney's Office for their help in these cases. For a detailed account of this case, I now will ask our lead homicide investigator, Mike Ritchie, to come forward.
I'm Deputy Michael Ritchie, homicide investigator with the Harris County Sheriff's Office. February 25th, I was assigned a case where a body was recovered. Through our investigation, it was positively identified as our first complainant, Glenser Soliman, or Glenn Soliman. He was reported missing by his family February 18th. Several days later, after he was reported missing, we found his vehicle. And again, through our investigation and through a few weeks, we were able to develop a suspect. And again, the suspect was identified as Brandon Lyons, and he was charged with UUMV at the time, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Through our investigation and several months of work, we were able to, working with the DA's office, we were able to file today the capital murder charge on Brandon Lyons for the death of Glenser Soliman. During our investigation of this case in early April, I was made aware of another missing male by the name of An Vinh Ngueyn. And through our investigation and through things that we discovered, we realized that these cases were most likely linked. Again, by investigating certain aspects of the case, where he was last seen, we were also able to develop a suspect by the name of Jerrett Allen. And Jerrett Allen, again, today was charged with credit and debit card abuse. And also, too, during our investigation, we're able to link both Brandon Lyons and Jerrett Allen together. They are cousins, and they were living together at the time that both men disappeared. So again, we need, as of right now, Jerrett Allen his whereabouts are unknown. He was last known. His last known whereabouts were in El Paso, Texas, in early to mid-April. Since then, we don't know where he is. So one, we need the public's help in trying to locate Allen. We do want to speak to him about these cases, and also he again has been charged against state jail felony of credit debit card abuse in the case involving the disappearance of An Ngueyn.
What do you know about the disappearance of An Ngueyn?
An Ngueyn was reported missing by his family April 1st. He was last seen March 31st in the Spring area. His vehicles recovered April 6th, or found April 6th. And then I was made aware of his disappearance and the circumstances surrounding it on April 7th. And again, talking with missing persons investigators with the Sheriff's Office, we were able to link the two cases that they were most likely linked together.
What indicators do you have that they are linked together?
Certain things that we discovered is one, both of them were Asian males. Both of them were possibly using social media chat sites. Also, too, both of their vehicles were abandoned in similar areas, and just other circumstances around the case were very had the same characteristics.
What kind of social media chat sites?
Different kinds, different sites, such as chat sites, friend sites, hookup sites, things like that. There's no really specific sites I can list.
Were they more oriented towards gay men finding each other, and so these people may have been targeting them through those forums?
It is possible.
Did An Vinh and Glenser Soliman know each other, or were they just two individuals victimized by these two men?
From what our investigation showed, no, they did not know each other.
And has Brandon Lyons given you any indication about any details? Has he confessed anything? Has he?
When Brandon Lyons was taken into custody on April 11th, he did speak with me. I did speak with him. But again, at this time, I'm not going to discuss any details that were said by him during the investigation, during the interview.
Why do you believe Jerrett Allen is in the El Paso area? Did he use credit cards up there, or is that what? Or
Yes, we have. We researched certain items, and we were able to find that he made a financial transaction in the El Paso area, and so therefore we were able to confirm that he was there.
So is he suspected of taking Mr. Nguyen's credit or debit cards and using them?
Yes, he's been charged with credit debit card abuse, and those cards belong to An Vinh.
And the car that was the unauthorized use charge for the other man was Mr. Soliman's car?
That's correct.
Okay. Do the two charged have any criminal records related to those type of charges? Or at all?
Not that I believe Brandon Lyons did not have a criminal record. Jerrett Allen had a criminal record, but not in Harris County. Nothing totally related to this case.
Are they both Harris County residents, or at least recently?
Recently, they were, yes.
What do you feel the motivation behind these crimes and the disappearances?
There's several possibilities. Robbery could possibly be one, but there's several different possibilities it could be with this. And again, a lot of that's still under investigation of exactly why.
And Mr. Lyons, he's wanted for questioning, or he's been charged, you said?
Mr. Lyons, again, he's in Harris County Jail.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's in custody.
The other one.
And Jerrett Allen, yes, he's again been charged with a state jail felony, and yes, we definitely want to speak with him.
Do you believe that this is, I don't know if serial killer is the right phrase to use, but do you believe that there were other victims, or that there could be other people that these individuals are associated with still carrying out the same type of actions to find victims?
It's possible. Again, these cases had the same type of characteristics, and again, one of the reasons why we're having this conference is it is possible that there are other victims out there, or possibly victims that did get away that maybe could give us more information. So that's another reason why we're doing this, is that there are possible other victims out there.
You mentioned, chat, social media sites. I mean, other individuals that are on these sites, what do they need to be looking for as red flags to avoid becoming victims of this nature?
We were just discussing that before this, and one of the things I can caution to everyone using social media chat sites is knowing who you're speaking with, and possibly if you are going to meet up with somebody, having someone else there in a public place, not going to their home residence by yourself, and also not inviting them to your home residence, so to tell them, show them where you live. So again, things like that, just being cautious and always kind of possibly thinking that this person might not be wanting to meet up for the same reason that you do.
So you have reason to believe that the suspects may have been using these chat sites as well?
Yes, that's definitely a possibility.
Can you talk about the importance of Glenser Soliman's family? You guys found his body. They have a sense of closure, especially with this murder charge announced now. But An Vinh, you still don't know where he is.
No, we do not. That's another reason why we'd like to speak with Mr. Allen. Texas EquiSearch did a great job in the weeks following his disappearance, looking for him. And I joined them a few times, and again, there was the areas that we felt that most likely he would be located. There was no traces of any human remains or anything.
And what indication has looking for names, Lyons given you? Has he told you where the body is? Has he come forward with any information about that?
No.
Are you looking at these as possible hate crimes, or are you looking at these two men possibly being targeted for their sexual orientation?
It's possible, both of those, whether it's a hate crime or whether it's they're targeting them for certain characteristics. It is possible. That's still all under investigation.
You spoke with Brandon. Did he indicate they meant to harm these individuals or just get their
Again, I'm not going to go over the details of the interview when I interviewed him, but a lot of that wasn't mentioned, no.
So to be clear, no one has been charged with Nguyen's death yet?
No.
And you're presuming that he's dead? Based on what?
We presumed that he is dead. He is family. His family has stated I've been in contact with his family, his brother, and this is unlike him. He's very close to his family. A lot of them live together, and they're very close. They're tight knit. They talk often. He had a job interview in Florida just a few days before he disappeared, and he did not show up for that job interview. So he had a lot of things going for him, was a U of H student, and again, good family person, and this is unlike him. He's never done anything like this before.
Okay, folks, we're gonna go ahead and...
I was just make sure that I'm clear. Brandon Lyons is charged with both gentlemen or just the one?
Just Brandon Lyons has been charged with capital murder for Glenser Soliman.
Okay.
He's not been charged for anything with Jerrett Allen or with An Vinh Ngueyn.
Last question, then we'll transition into Spanish.
Sorry, without having Nguyen's body, if that's what you guys are looking for, how difficult is it to find a capital murder charge for him?
Without a body, yes, it is difficult. But I believe once we take Allen into custody, hopefully we'll be able to find out more things through interviewing him or through further investigation, and hopefully be able to find remains or come to a conclusion. Also working with the ME's office and the DA's office as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all.